Hi, Michelle, how are you?
Hi, Damian. Hi, I'm fine.
We meet you.
I'm fine. Great.
We are live now, okay?
Okay.
First of all, thank you for your time, for joining us, and also to take time to prepare the session and everything. So thank you for supporting the event as well, okay?
Yes, no problem. I'm looking forward to the session because this is a new session that I developed for kids and also about game development in Power Apps. So I would like to share this with everyone.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. So I
Yes,
give you the board of everything. I leave it and leave you to you, okay?
yes, okay.
Thank you very much.
So I welcome everyone. Thank you for joining my session. Today I'm gonna tell you about game development with Power Apps and about some concepts, and I do a little demo, and also I show you the games that I already developed with Power Apps. So just to let you know, yes, it is possible to develop games. With use of Power Apps. And I hope to give you some inspirations and that you can start building your own app after this session. So let's start the session slides. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Thanks. First of all, of course, thanks to all sponsors. And without this, we don't have this great event. And so, if you have time, feel free to get connected with the sponsors and also take a look at the booths. Here is a little bit about myself. I'm Michelle Bong. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm a Microsoft 365 consultant and also an MVP of business applications. Over here, you can see a QR code. If you scan this code, you can get connected with me with LinkedIn. And also, I'm active on Twitter. So here you see my Twitter handle, Michelle Wong NL. Yeah, so yeah. Go to the next slide. Okay, what is Power Apps? This session is for kids, but also for adults. And I'm suppose you know a little bit about Power Apps and how you can do with this. And here I have mentioned that Power Apps, it is built a platform, a power platform that you can build apps. And with those apps, it's simple to build and the main it's easy for kids also to build and to play with. It's We have Power Apps for kids, and kids are starting from 8 years or 9 years old, and they can learn from us how to create their own app. Also, it is easy to pick up and also easy to learn, and you will see immediate results within Power Apps. And if you save it and publish it, you can download the Power app into your mobile phone, and then you also can play with the apps that you just created. So yes, why gamification in Power Apps? Here are some bullet points from myself. First of all, I want to become better in building Power Apps and be familiar with Power Apps. So I think the best way to learn is learn by doing. So if I have any ideas, I want to work it out. If I want to try things out, then I use Power Apps for that. And also, I want to do a little bit fun factor in the app. So I like to build games with apps. Because I have two kids, and I also want to interact them and attract them to learn how to build their own apps. And sometimes they say, "Hey, Mama, can you build an app with something like this?" And then I think it's quite a challenge for me to do it. So that's the way I start building games in Power Apps. And another point was, for example, last year, Power Platform come with a new component, called 3D models. It's a 3D models that you can pop into Power Apps, and with that you can show 3D models in mixed reality with use of the camera device on your mobile phone. So that was another point for me to try and to try things out. And in last year, 2020, in May, I joined Power Apps for Kids, and I also become one of the leaders of Power Apps for Kids. And Power Apps for Kids is a group of MVP persons and Power Apps interested persons, and they join together and learn kids to build their own app. And it's not also for kids, but also for adults, for persons who want to learn Power Apps. And in each virtual sessions that we join together, we are building apps from scratch. So within an hour, we can create an app, and we teach everyone how to build an app. For example, noughts and crosses, or paper, scissors, and rock, paper, scissors, and rock game, or a quiz within Power Apps. And so we have some fun factor within the app, and kids can learn by doing. And sometimes we also let them demo their work, but they have just created. And now we have in Power Apps for Kids, we have two different virtual sessions, one for Europe and USA, in the time zone of Europe and USA. And we have also an APAC from Asia Pacific time zone. And if you want to learn more and know more about Power Apps for Kids, we have a website, powerappsforkids.com, and also a YouTube channel. And all the sessions we have done before will be put into this channel. And so you can see and watch back all the sessions that we did. There's also a Power Apps for Kids training course. You can scan this QR code, and then you can come into the Power Apps for Kids website. And Rory is one of our leaders and a teacher of the Power Apps for Kids. He did a great job and created a lot of videos teaching everyone how to use, for example, a button in a Power App, and what you can do with a Power App, how you can change the color, how you can use a button and then do an action after an on select action. So if I click on the button, what will happen? So that's a short courses and training, but the trainings thereafter is also show how you can build a bigger app, or an app that you can do by yourself, and make yourself familiar in Power Apps. So here I want to give you some ideas what's possible. For example, I built a Panda Man game. So instead of a hangman, I have a list of words that I've created, and then you can try to find the word that is hidden, that's hide. And every time you choose a wrong letter, then you will get a piece of the panda. And if I get the correct words, the words will show up, and then you win the game. So you can reset the game and then search looking for another words that is hidden in this game. Also, Reza Dorani built a memory game. In one of our first sessions of Power Apps for Kids, He showed us how he created a memory game. I download his game and then I change his game into a Pokemon theme like app. I rebuilt his game. I used the code that he used. So this is another way to learn apps. So looking to his code, how he did it, and then I try to figure it out by myself. So my son is fan of Pokemon, so I reuse his game and I change all the items into Pokemon, like Pokemon cards, Pokemon sound, Pokemon characters, and then he can match memory, play a memory game with different levels. And yeah, this is a Pokemon memory game. Beside that, the son of Peter Finstra, also one of the leaders of Power Apps for Kids, teaches us how to create crosses and knots game. And then after his sessions, I tried myself, and then I can use different items, images. But as I mentioned before, my son liked Pokemon, so I changed the theme into a Pokemon, and I built this app of crosses and knots game. I did also a session in Power Apps for Kids, and that was a rock, paper, and scissors game. So you can choose which hand you want to use, and for example, I choose a rock, and then the opponent choose for scissor. So the result is I won this selection. So that's rock, paper, and scissor, and we teach them in 1 hour or within 1 hour how to create this simple game app. Also an Animal Farm sound. Here we introduce sounds effects into a Power App, how you can play with. For example, here is an Animal Farm. We have Animal Farm sound in the background, and if you press on one of the animals, you will hear some animal sounds. So that's a nice example to teach every little single component within Power Apps and do it by yourself. Beside that, I also have a Pokemon 3D game, and this 3D game is not really a game, but it's more a 3D model that's pop-ups into the app, and then it's mixed with your camera, so it's mixed with mixed reality. So if I open this app, I click on, for example, Pikachu. I can pop up the 3D model into this room, for example, and then I can take a photo with this Pokemon 3D animation and model, and also with the environment, and then I can save it into my OneDrive. So a lot of different methods to create a game. And over here, I switch over to my another Power App. This is created in Power App Canvas. Here, I want to show you some steps how you can create your own game. This is just the concepts and something like a theory. Over here, first of all, think about a game idea. What do you want to create? And then write it down or draw your concept on a piece of paper. For example, I have a start screen, and then after a start screen, it will go to the explanation, how to play this game, for example. And then if I press on the start button, the game starts, the game mode starts. And then and after a while, I can win this game or I can lose this game. So this is a simple concept of a simple game, right? And then if you have this idea, then I start collecting images, backgrounds, sounds, or if I cannot find it on internet, I create one with Photoshop, for example, or with Paint software to create an image for myself. Just the things you need, you collect all these things together, and then yeah, here you can search from internet. You can search on internet, for example, Spider-Man, and then find everything that you would like to use it in your app, just for learning purposes, right? And then another advice or a good example, you can use PowerPoint. In PowerPoint, they have now different icons and sticker sets, so you can use those stickers in PowerPoint itself, but you can also save this. So let me do a short sidetrack. For example, I create a new PowerPoint over here. You can go to the insert, and on the icons, you can see here I have a lot of emoji. For example, I say happy, and then here is my happy emoticon. So there's an emoji. I can use this emoji, and I can enlarge it, and also I can give this a color. Another thing is on the icon set, you can also see stickers, and I like this one. I use this a lot, and also into my presentation, you can see this Max. This is Max. So this is over here, Max the Husky. So for example, I like this this one. I can click on the image, do a right click, and then save this. Save as picture. The right click, and with this, I can save this image as an PNG, a transparent image, or I can save it as a scalable vector. There's an SVG, new method of saving an image, and it is scalable. So if I have a large PowerPoint presentation, for example, it will enlarge with a high quality image that is show up. So here I have, for example, doggy. I save this I save this over here, doggy, and now this image is saved into my computer, and I can use it, for example, upload this into my Power App. And over here for this icon also, do a right click, save as picture, and here I have a happy face. So I save this, and this is another advice that I can that I would like to show you. Just try PowerPoint to search for simple icons or simple sticker sets. Okay, and then think about what is possible in Power Apps. Of course, not everything you can use it in Power Apps. For example, yeah, it's possible, but maybe it depends on what you want to achieve. You're also facing some little problems like performance or something you want to do, but it's not possible. Then you have to switch over to Plan B or change your ideas a little bit. Think about what you already know. Think about what you want to learn, and also I just say, just go ahead and learn by doing. You will have to create your Power App and then save it and publish it, and not only play it on your desktop, but also try it out on your mobile phone. And then maybe there are some differences between an iPhone or an Android mobile phone. So there's also things you have to consider about. But if that's not an issue, just create your app and just learn by doing. And every time you create a new app, you can use the learned functionalities into a new game app that you want to do. What do we need more? Game outline, that's the first step. You can use functions into the already built-in functions in Power App, and of course play with timers. A timer component is very handy. For example, I set a timer that will end after 3 seconds, and after the timer ends, then do something. For example, go to another slide, or show the image, or after 3 seconds, then you will lose this game. So that's the timer function. But timer is also handy. For example, if you have an image and you want to create an animation, for example, slowing from left to right, for example. On the other side, you also have data collection. Data collection is a set of data you want to save. As I mentioned before, for example, the PandaMan game, the words are saved into a list of tables. And every time the game starts, it will randomly select one of the words in the table, and then that will the word for players, for users to find the correct words. So collections is a set of data that you can save into the game, and then you can use it afterwards. Okay, so let's go to the next. So set up the screen, put all the elements into the app, and sometimes try to use the out of the box functions, and if not, write your own logic. For example, you have a game, and then you have to use if logics. If this happened, then do that. If this is correct, then show the win screen. If it's not correct, then show another screen. So, okay, as I said before, use the timer component to create animation, repeat actions, and so forth, and collections to store data. Okay, and then yeah, let's start showing some other demos. Yeah, for Power Apps for Kids session, I created this bee counting game app. If I show this slide a little bit over here, you can see this was the concept that I have think about. A start screen, and then an explanation screen, and then just press on the start button, the game starts, and then you can win or lose this game. So with this concept that I have think about, I created this bee counting game. All those images, except the logo, of course, all those images are saved from PowerPoint. That's the bee sticker set. So here in the insert, on the icons and stickers, we have the bee collection, and here you find all the images that I've used in the game itself. So for the bee counting game, I just play this game, and after 2 seconds, it go to the how to play screen. It was very short, but I can press it into 3 seconds, for example. But here I have a timer, and the time is set in 1.5 seconds. So I set it into 3 seconds, and I play this again. So now over 3 seconds, this screen the timer ends, and then it will switch over to the next screen. The next screen is how to play. And in this how to play game, it will tell you how this game works. For example, select the correct number in sequence order, but aware of the bomb. So there is also a bomb that will pops up. And actually, this game is a little bit educational. So you can select a number from 1 to 5. For example, for 1 to 5, and I say start the game. So what will happen is a random number of numbers will be randomly pops up with different colors. Every time it will generate, with a timer, it will generate a number from 1 to 5, and also random generate the size, and also random generate the color. And also you see the bomb will randomly spring over from one to another point. So it will randomly pops up. What I have to do over here is select the correct number. If I select the wrong number, B with a board will show up. You maybe, I'm not sure you can hear it. It's a little bit. There's a sound effect if I press on this image, and if I press wrong, for example, press on the bomb, then I will lose a life. Also, if I click on number 1 here, select number 1, I select this, it matched, then a correct B will show up. And then if I select 2, select 3, and select 4, 3, 4, and 5. So now I have a win screen because I select the correct numbers from 1 to 5, so I win this game. Click here to play again. This time I do end game, so I come back to my start screen, and I select 1 to 20 to get an harder. So you see randomly pops up colors and numbers, and now I can press from 1 to 3, and here's 4, 3, 4, 5, etc. But if I press on the bomb, so I have 1 life left, then I lose this game and I can play over again. So that's another concept I want to show you. That's over here. Think about what you want to do. Try it out, and every little single steps, save it and publish it on your mobile phone, or test it out with the play button, so you can see the effects that is showing up. So this is the Bee counting app. What I also want to show you, because the time, I can do some demo from scratch. For example, over here, I create a Canvas app, and I give it a background color. And what I want to do this time is I upload images over here, upload images, and I've prepared a set of images. What I want to do is a simple app. Do not press the red button. You have heard it, or you have heard it. Do not press it. If you press on the red button, then something will happen. Also, I upload a sound effect. So upload over here. So now my first screen is almost ready. I click on the button. So the button will show up in my Canvas screen. I enlarge it a little bit. So with the play button on the right hand, you can see how it looks like. And then I insert a new label, a text, and I say, do not press the red button. Warning. So On the right side, you see a lot of properties on this label. So I can change the text, for example, set it into a lot of black, and give it a color. Also the background, I can fill the background with and give it some effect. So here is my text. I center, align it a little bit. So here everything is set up right now. And if I select on this button, something will happen. And if I select the image on the right-hand side, Advanced tab, you can see the action. There's an action with an on select. And if I select on this, button, something will happen. And here there's a function called set. And with a set, I can set a variable. I can set a variable and tell the Canvas app what to do with this variable. And in this time, I say, hey, pressed button is true. So if I set the press button variable to true, then they know what to do. The variable press button will set from false to true, and that's the next step. Here, if I press on this button, a spider will pop up. So a large spider will pop up. So you can get a scary effect. And also I select on the sound effect. If I do a play, here you hear a little hit button. So this will pop up, and also the spider will pop up when the image, the red button is pressed. Then if the red button is pressed, then the image of this will, here we have a property visible, and now it's true, but I use the pressed button variable that we have just set. You can see now the variable is false, so this spider will hide. And on the sound effect, we have also a lot of properties over here. In the advanced mode, there's a start property here. It's set to false, but also use the pressed button variable. So if I press on the red button, the variable press button will change to true, and then the image sound will play. And after the sound effect ends, so we have an on end action and property, I can say here, set my pressed button to true. And what will happen, set it back to false. So what will happen is the spider will show up because I have a visible variable set on the image. So the spider will show up, and if the sound effect ends, the spider will return to false, so it will be hide again. Let's see. If I press on this, the spider will come up and the sound will play. And after the sound stops, the variable set it back to false, so it will hide again. So I get so here it's just in few minutes, but you get the idea. And if you think further, for example, if I press this spider 3 times, then the spider will dead. So if I find another image, I think I have this. Just use the happy dog that we have saved here. I open up Happy Dog, and here's the Happy Dog, for example. This Happy Dog will also show up, but after I pressed 3 times, so we get another surprise effect. Here, the visibility is set to for example, here on select set show pressed button times is pressed button times +1. So let's set a label. So you can see this label set, pressed button times. Here it will show me how often I have pressed on the pressed button times variable. So if I press it again, it will set to 3 because I say, hey, press button times pressed times +1. So the second, 3, 4, 5, 6. So okay. Now I can say, for example, in the app on start, if I go back to the app and there is an on start function, here I say press button. So we start with 0 count. Run on start, it returns to 0. And over here with the image doggy, let me see, this is image button. Here's the image doggy. I can see here's the doggy. In the visibility, I say pressed button times is larger than 3. So if I press more than 3 times, the doggy will show up. Yeah. So let's try it out. There's 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it won't work. Oh, sorry, by default. Larger than 3 next time. So larger than 3, so the 4 and above, it will show up. I can also say larger than or is. So if it's turned to 3, then it will show up. So let's try it again. Run on start. So the pressed button times will turn to 0 because that I set it in the app on start. So I press 1 first, second, and now doggy will stay on the screen. Of course, this component we want to show hide it. So in the visibility, I turn it off, and also this label is not we don't use it, so we can delete this also. And yeah, so this is just a short demo. I can save this app. Let's say do not press do not press the red button. I save this. The first time I have to save it, and then if I change a little bit for example, here inside this, I change it a little bit. I saved again. Then I can publish my my app. And if I publish this, I can open my the Power App of my mobile phone, and then this app, do not press the red button, will show up in the list of apps that I can open. So I can test this and try it into the app itself. And then you can show it on your parents, or show it to your friends. Hey, take a look, I just created a small app. And if they press on the button, so they will get a special scary effect. Of course, you can change the image. So instead of a spider, you can go to the internet and search love, and the image. And here on the toolings, you can set type is a GIF. Funny love stickers. So for example, this is a nice one. Then you can tools, and the type is a GIF animation. So for example, this doggy. So if I press on the red button, for example, if I save this doggy, then the doggy will show with a little heart kiss. So you can build one by yourself, and then I switch over to my final screens. Let me see. Over here. Okay. This was the demo. Do not press the red button. We have insert an image and some sounds. We use the set functions on select, and also in the on start and the on end properties of the sound files. And you can use it variables for the visibilities, and also to reset something. The beat counting app, I show it already. And then we also have the Pokemon 3D app. Not sure we have time to show it, but also the Pokemon Bubble apps. Let me show this one, the Pokemon Bubble. That's my latest game, the latest game that I have created. And I also saved this into, here's my Pokemon Bubble game. Here, there's a lot of screens that I use. And this is a start screen. I enlarge this a little bit so you can see it. I create the image first. I've built this quite long because this is a hobby project of myself. And every time when I finish it, then I drop it, and after a while I restart and rebuilding this again. So this is actually the fourth versions of my Pokebubbles. But here you have a start screen, and then you go to the how to play screen. So how to play this. Actually, there's a lot of Pokebubbles stacked on each, and then you just have to match the color of the lowest bubble. So if in this case it is the green one, it's Bulbasaur. So if I click on this Bulbasaur, then it will match, and then this will dismiss, and then the next one is Pikachu. So I have to press the yellow button. Over here, I have 3 different play modes to play this game. Best of 5 rounds, best of 12 rounds, and a free play mode. With a free play, I can set the settings how I want to play this game, just for practice's purpose, for example. And then I have also a high score, a leaderboard with highest score, the fastest one. It will save into a data collections, and then you can see the best time that people have played. Here is the settings, so I can set how much lives I want to have, and how much bubbles stacked together. This is the gameplay screen, and here is the result, and of course the high score. So let's start this game, and let's play this game, and you can see the effect, how it looks like. Also, if I publish this on the app, I can play this on my mobile phone also. So here's how to play. You can press on the images, and then okay, I got it. So here is the start screen. Also think about usability. So every time if you play an app, the words maybe on the mobile phone the words is very small, so you have to put the text a little bit larger. So that depends on per mobile, but you have to try this out. Also, if I press on the image how to play, it will go back to another screen that you have created again. So so go to play, and for example, I play best of 5 rounds. So I play this. Now I have another. The game will start. Five bubbles are stacked together, and then I match the correct color. So now I have the green one. Now the first round is cleared. With the best of 5 rounds, you will get 5 rounds, and there's a timer to save the time that how long it takes for me to clear this round. And after 5 rounds, all the time score will be saved. So if I press the wrong one, a life will get down. So I have to play this within 3 lives, I think. Yeah. So if I press one again, so it's game over. So I lose this game. So I can click on play again. So everything will be restart, and so I can play this again. The first round, and I have a score of 3.5 seconds, and then the second round starts. So and we have the final one. And if I go to the home, I will go to the home screen, but I finish this both rounds, and then you see the final results. So I over this game, I have facing a lot of problems, for example, performance, or how to hide and show this pop-ups, all those things. But that's also the learning purpose for myself. So I save my name, submit, and now I have a score where here over here. Here's I have gotten now the 7th place. So this is my game that I have created, and just want to show you. And let me see. Go back to the presentation. This is the presentation mode, I think. Sorry. Go back to the presentation here. So I switch the swap. So this is better. Okay. Now you can see my screen, right? Okay. I'm not sure you can see my screen. Okay, here are the slides. Yeah, sorry. Here are the slides again. Also, I entered this Pokebubbles game into the Demo Extravaganza. That's a Power Platform community context, and over here I add my this game into this this context. So if you scan this Demo Extravaganza, you will come over to the here. This is the Pokemon context, and if you like this game, please do a vote. Give me a kudo, So scroll down, and over here you can give me a kudo. And if you go to the Demo Extravaganza 2021, you see a lot of different entries, and the apps with the most kudos will be the finalists. So if you like this game, please feel free to give me some support. And yeah. So that's the Demo Extravaganza. Here is my connections once again. Feel free to get connected. Add me to LinkedIn or Twitter. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you want to learn more about Power Apps, go to the Power Apps for Kids website, and then there's a lot of links, so you can join our sessions. You can join the free courses, and yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to join. And once again, thank you for having me for this great event, and also thank you for the sponsors. And here are some links of the BIS Summit links. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Oh, Damon, you're
Thank you. Thank you, Miguel, for everything. Great session. Have a nice day, and thank you for your support in the event. Okay. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Hi, Krishna. How are you?
Very good, Demin. How are you?
Fine. Everything is okay.
Great.
Thank you very much for support the event and to prepare the session. Hope you enjoy the session. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I leave you now. Okay. And if you need anything, I just quite here. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Let me share my screen and I'll start.
Great. I have it. Okay. Now it's okay. We see your screen. Your
Okay.
screen now. Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yep. Good morning, good evening, and so thank you for joining my session. And today I would like to show you how I created a number puzzle, and we'll see how easy it can be. And thanks to Michelle for setting up the ground on the Power Apps. A lot of functions and a lot of functionality she explained today. It's really awesome. And that also explains, that makes my session very easy to understand as well. Thank you for that. So before we go into the session, I would like to thank you. Thanks all the sponsors for sponsoring this big event, and without them, this may not be possible. And this is all about me. My name is Krishna Rachakunda. I'm Business Applications MVP, a senior consultant. And also, I'm a Power Automate and Power Apps community super user, where I contribute and provide some solutions for general posts. And also, I do occasionally I do some blogging and YouTube channel, YouTube videos as well on different topics, which I found very interesting. And you can find my contact information down below. My email, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and a YouTube channel. I'm active in both Twitter and LinkedIn as well. So please feel free to contact if you need something. Okay, so let's get into the puzzle. So today this is the number puzzle. So the number puzzle is very simple. So this is the I'll show you how to play the game first, and then I'll explain you how to build it. So on the screen you can see the instructions, a moving book, flipping book. So you can see the instructions. Once you click on it, it clearly gives you all the instructions how to play. So it is the puzzle is nothing but a collection of numbers. Like if you see the numbers, like if it is a 4x4 puzzle, then it will have 15 numbers. One number will be missing, which is 16. And the number will, all the numbers will not be organized as sequential as we are seeing right here. Everything will be randomly placed in different locations. We need to move these numbers into the empty cell. We need to use the empty cell to move the number from one place to another place. And while moving it, we need to order all these numbers. If you see, once all the numbers in the puzzle are ordered like this, you are done with the game. Means the game is over and you are successfully finished the game. So let's start the game. We will start a 3x3 puzzle, how to play it. And in the game, we see there are multiple options here. The puzzle type, which is, I got a 3x3 puzzle, which will look like this, and also 4x4, more numbers if you want to make more challenging, and 5x5 as well. And also, if you want to, the challenge levels are there. If it is a freestyle, means there are unlimited number of moves. There is no time limit. But if it is easy, then you got only max of 350 moves. If it is a medium, you got the more difficult the challenge level, the number of moves will be less. So the medium, you get 250 moves. And difficult means within 150 moves, you need to finish the puzzle. So that's the main intention here. We'll start freestyle, which like unlimited moves. and we'll select a 3x3 puzzle. Once I select the puzzle type and challenge level, I need to enter my name, the player's name. I'll enter my name here. I'll just enter Krishna and then click on play. As soon as I enter it, I'll see the puzzle here. The puzzle is not started. We see a button here, start. And the puzzle, if you see, the numbers are all randomly placed on the screen. So once we click on start, the puzzle will be enabled to start the game. And as soon as you start the game, the timer starts. Actually, I did not enforce the time limit, but actually you can see how much time it took for you to finish the game. But because we selected freestyle, there are number of moves are 0. You will be starting from 0, and it will show you as you move the cells around. The number of moves will change. So as I mentioned earlier, to solve this puzzle, this is a 3x3 puzzle, and if you see, the numbers are from 1 to 8. Maximum numbers are 1 to 8. One last number is 9 is missing. Okay, so by using this empty cell, we need to organize these numbers, we need to move these numbers around and make them in the order. So let's click on the number. I need to take the number 1 to the top, number 2 here, number 3 here, number 4, 5, 6, like that. Okay, let's give it a try. So I need to take 1 all the way up. As I click on the buttons, you see the move count is increasing. So that's how you can track all the number of moves. You can see number 2, 3. Now I got my first row finished in 23 moves. 1, 2, 3. Now I need to finish my second row. The second row is going to be a little tricky because we need to okay, I'll try to solve it, but okay. Okay, I don't want to spend time in playing this game now, but as you say, even though it's a small 3x3, it becomes so challenging. Even though I selected freestyle, but imagine you selected different levels like medium or hard. It's going to be really difficult. And you can pause the game in case if you want to take a little break. It will disable the game. It will stop the timer. It will stop the count of moves also. You can't click on any of them. Okay, that's how it is. And also, if you're playing this game in the tablet, it will also show you all the previous play history if you finished any of the successfully finished games. So by clicking on this link, it will show you all the play history, how much time it took, how many moves, and all of that information. So it will show you how many successfully completed games you finished. Okay, that's the main overview of the game. And let's go into, I built another app just to explain how I built this. And also we'll try to build it. We'll try to use the Power Apps Studio to build it up to some extent. Okay. So for that, I built another app, as I said, to explain this number puzzle game. So as in the previous session, Michelle explained you a lot about the images. You can really browse internet to get images or the soundtracks or anything. And you can embed within the Power App. You can upload them or you can directly reference them if they are images. If they are publicly available in the internet, you can directly reference them. You don't need to load into the Power App. Okay, so we will see all of those. What are the different building blocks or what are the different things we need to build this particular game? Okay, the very first thing is Power Apps Studio. Power Apps Studio, you need to understand what is Power Apps Studio. It is a place where you can create your games or any applications or anything that you want to build. So you need to understand what is the Power Apps Studio, how it looks like, what are the different controls available, what are the different options available, how to code, or how to write simple functions in it, all of that. And if you see on the screen, the tree view, it will give you all the, on the left side, it's all screens and different controls that we add. And on the top of the screen, we see all the different controls and different menus with different options. On the right side, whatever control we place on the screen or the studio, all the properties related to that particular screen or a control, we can see them on the right side. There are basic properties as well as advanced properties as well. So the next thing that we need to understand is various Power Apps functions. Now, recently, all the functions, that all the code that we write within the Power App, Microsoft gave a name for all of those functions and all the code, that is PowerFX. And there is a huge, there is a documentation in the Microsoft. If you search in Google for Microsoft PowerFX, you can find that documentation. What are the different data types, operations, tables, variables, all of that information. This is the one place where you can go and explore. And it is very simple. Even a fifth grader or even second grader with a few instructions, they'll be able to write very simple ones. Okay, so you can find this information in the Microsoft blog or in this particular documentation. And then coming back to this PowerFX, to build the number puzzle, I'm using these 10 different PowerFX components or the functions. Okay, so let's explore one by one. So images, Michelle, in the previous session, she explained a lot of the images, how we can put them in the Power Apps. Similarly, I would like to show you here how I use the images in my number puzzle. So there is a control called image in the media control section. If we go here, and I will play this app, and I'll come back to this again in this one same screen. And if you see here, this is an image control. How did I place it? If you go to insert, go to media and image control. If you place it, it will ask you, there is a property called image, and all you need to do is just give the URL of the image, or you can upload an image to the Power App and then directly refer that as well. So in this example, I'm just using a public URL to show the image. So you can if we do that, we can actually go to Google and search for any images, and then we can easily place any image. Okay, this is the image. I need to take actual image address. I just copied it. I'm coming back to my game. Here, and just pasting it here. It will bring the image. Immediately it shows it. So that's how the image control works. You can upload the images to the Power App Studio, or you can refer the public URLs. The next one is collections. What is a collection? Collection is nothing but when there are like one or more than one item exists in a particular thing, then it is a collection. If you on the screen, you can see these are collection of cars, these are collection of toys. I may be having different things or same kind of things, but when they are grouped together, it is a collection. And I created a couple of buttons here to create a colors collection and a numbers collection. But collections are, unless you show on the screen, they are not visible to you. Okay, unless we show these collections on the screen of the Power App, we can't see them, because collection is a logical object, or they exist in the memory of the app. So if I click on colors here, I will not see that because the collection is created, but it's in the memory of the app. But in the other window, I will show you the same thing here. Let's go to that, and collections. So when I click on collection, colors collection, and I will exit the Power App play mode. And if we go to view menu and click on collections, I see number of collections here. So my collection which I created was colors. If I see the collection here is COL colors, I created a collection of this. So how did I create a collection here? So when I select the button, when I click on it, it will create the collection. There is a PowerFX function, simple PowerFX function. There are multiple flavors of it, but here I used clear collect. This is the name of the collection, and you can put all the values that you want you to part of the particular collection. So I put all these colors. So that's how I'm creating collections. So that's how we are using collections in this number puzzle game as well. The next one is let me play this app, and we will go to the sequence function. These are all different functions I used, the PowerFX functions which I used within the number puzzle. So to explain you, to make you understand easily, I just built these apps or the screens. So on the bottom of the screen, you can see the sequence. Sequence is another PowerFX function that that helps you to create a sequence of numbers. For example, I want a sequence of when you want 100 numbers, or when you want to create a collection of 100 numbers or 1,000 numbers. We don't need to write numbers 1, 2, 3 like that forever to generate a collection of those numbers. So all we need is just use the sequence function. There is a function called sequence. All we need to provide the function is a number. So if I provide a number, let's say Hume 9. So if I provide a number 9 and I just click on collection, it will generate all the numbers here. If you see the formula here, it immediately changes the function sequence of 9. That's simple. So if we use sequence of 9, then it will generate a collection of values, collection of numbers. There is another function which I used is shuffle. Now, if you see these numbers, all these numbers are in a particular order, ascending order from lower number to the smaller number to the bigger number. I want to shuffle in my number puzzle. I want to show these numbers randomly in different places. So I need to shuffle these numbers. How do I shuffle it? There is a function in the Power Apps which is shuffle. And I'm using the shuffle function on top of sequence. So the sequence function will generate nine numbers, first 9 numbers. And then I'm shuffling all the 9 numbers. So now if I do like without shuffle, I'll just get all the 9 numbers here. But with shuffle, they shuffle it. They change the order of these numbers. I can shuffle as any number of times. They keep on shuffling the numbers like this. So this is another function I used in the number block. The next one is, I explained about sequence and shuffle. The next one is gallery. Gallery is another very, very important and commonly used control. If you see this is a gallery of today's events speakers. There are a number of events, sessions are going on. And a lot of speakers are presenting different topics. So I just created a gallery. What is a gallery means? Gallery again is if you take a photo gallery, means the collection of pictures that you want to show in a particular place. If you at your home, probably you may be having a lot of photo pictures on the wall at the same place. It's a gallery of your pictures. In the same way, in the Power App, when I want to show multiple things with the same purpose, like I want to show here in this particular case, I want to show all the session presenters in a and what topic they are presenting and what their picture. So I just use a gallery control. All I need to do is I just need to put 3 different controls to show, gallery control and 3 different controls within the gallery to show all this information. And there are there are different types of galleries exist in the Power Apps. I just showed only a couple of them here. This is a vertical gallery. This is again, another one is a horizontal gallery. But there are many other galleries as well you can explore in the Power Apps Studio. So let me exit and just quickly show you that as well. Insert, if you go to gallery, you will see 6 different types of galleries. If you read Microsoft documentation, you will understand what these galleries are for. But I used the vertical and horizontal show in this particular example. Okay. So this is all about gallery. But how did I use the galleries here? So if we see here, let me select the gallery. So if I see the gallery always needs a collection of data. So whatever we built previously, the collections that you can feed to the gallery. So here this is COLGA gallery data, a collection of data I wanted to show here. So let's see, where is that? So here on visible, I believe I did not on that. And within the gallery, the collection has multiple multiple values, and each value has different attributes in it. So one of the attribute is image, the other one is the name of the speaker, the other one is name of the topic they are presenting today. So I just placed individual properties here. So the galleries are very powerful, and you can use it in however, like you want to present, whenever you want to present multiple items in a single place. And you don't need to type all of them one by one, but in the gallery, all you need to do is just place only the property information. It will generate all the information from your collection. Okay, that's the gallery. And the next one is patch function. I know, like, I'm explaining this more like all these functions. I'll show you how we are using within the number puzzle. So the patch function. So in the collection, I'll show you again in the patch function here. So I have a numbers collection. So let's click on a numbers collection. So I randomly generated a collection of numbers here. When I click on this button, I got this 5 numbers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now I want to make some changes to this particular collection. I don't want to regenerate the collection, but I want to update this collection. So one of the operations that we like to do today is add some value. Add some value to the collection. I want to add another number 30 to this collection. So I provided some input here. So let's say 30. And add value to the collection with the patch function. So when I click on it, the number is added here. How is it added? We'll see that. So if you see this one, the numbers collection, this is the same code I showed you earlier for the collection of colors. But for this is for numbers. All I'm doing is clear collect, that is a PowerFX function I'm calling, and I'm giving a name to the collection, and I'm giving all the numbers which should be part of this particular collection. And now when I click on the button has a property on select. So on the on select, when I click on it, it actually generates that particular collection. And once the collection is generated, here if you see here, I'm using a gallery control and showing all the numbers. I did not type all these numbers. All I did was, if you see the gallery, I just placed a label in the gallery, and then I placed the value, and automatically the rest of the values will be generated. Okay, so that's how it is. And how now we need to talk about patch function, how I updated this particular collection. So here I put a text box control and a button. So here I entered 30, and whenever I click on this button, I'm calling a function called patch. What it does is patch the collection which I created by clicking on this button, patch that particular collection. And default is we want to create a new item into the collection. So we need to put the defaults, and the value, what I want to place is the value from my text box. So here TB patch number, that's the name of this particular text box control. If you see on the right side, TB patch number, that's the text box. So I'm adding that number to the collection. And when I'm to add the number, new number to the collection, I'm using a patch function. So also here you can see the count here, how many items I have in my collection. So right now I have 6 numbers. How am I getting that number? How I'm getting it is I'm using another function called count rows. And it is another function, count rows. So all I'm giving to the count rows function is the collection name, which I named it in this button. Collection numbers, I'm giving that while to show the number of values within that particular collection. So this is all about patch, how we can add new numbers. But patch is not just limited to adding numbers or values to a collection. With patch, you can do a lot of things. You can update, you can you can add more numbers, you can update the numbers as well. Okay, to delete, you can use different functions for different functions. Okay, so we are not doing any delete operations in the number puzzle, so we are not exploring that right now. And now let's go back again, PowerFX. So we talked about gallery, we talked about path, we talked about count rows. Now 3 more blocks are left, 3 more functions. After that, we will get into the game. So lookup. I think I did not. Yeah, lookup screen. I think I did not properly link the screen. So lookup. So if you see the screen on the left side, I have a gallery. I want to look up, means I want to type I want to type the speaker name in this particular text box, and I want to show their picture and their name. Okay. How am I doing is I just placed a control. We'll explore that, but let's see how this is working. So I need to type the name, Christian. As soon as I finish typing, immediately it got the picture and also the name of the person. How is it doing it? We'll see that. So if I come out of the preview mode, then let's see this. So this is a simple text control, but I place 2 more controls in the same screen, which is one image control and there is another label control. Let's explore image control. So before in the image control, if you see here, there is a function, PowerFX function lookup. So this lookup is looking into the collection where I need to get the presenter information for the value which I typed in this text box. So I need to find the person information in this particular collection. So if you expand this collection, it is multiple records are there. So I'm in that particular record. Each record, it will check for the title, and if it matches with the name which I typed in this particular text box, it will get the value of it and gets the image property. So lookup is the best part is it will not look for the value which I entered in all the values in the collection. It will try to find it will try to match with the first entry. If it did not find it, it will go for the second one. If it did not find it, it will go to third one. And if it matches, it will stop right there. It will not go beyond that. Means it will get the values. It will not, for example, if your collection has 2,000 items or 5,000 items, then it will not search all those 5,000. It will just get exact matching value, the very first matching value. Okay, so that's how it will be. So lookup is another thing to get values. So let's get to the next function, or next block is variables. Variables are very, very helpful in the Power Apps. Means, for example, whenever I create some value, whenever the user enters some value, or whenever you want to store some value in the memory of the Power App, and you want to use that value across multiple screens, or even within the same screen, you can also use it for different places on different controls. In that case, you can use variables. There are two types of variables, which are like global variables and contextual variables. Context variables means you can use within the screen, or you can pass between the screens. But global variables means once you define it, they are available throughout your app. So when I create one variable in the first screen, I can use it on the last screen as well, like without passing them like a contextual variables. So let's see here. So I have 4 buttons here. On the right side, I have a simple rectangular box here. When I click on a button, it will show the particular label on the right. So how am I doing? I'll show you that. So these are simple example for a global variable. So let's see how a variable is created. So when I click on the button, just to show you, on the onSelect property, so we have another PowerFX function called set. By using this set function, you can create a variable called varName. You can give any name to the variable, and you can store any value inside that. Okay, any string values or numbers or anything you want. Okay, so that's how I'm storing all this. So on each button, I am storing different value. I'm setting a different value to the same variable. If you observe, varName is I'm using, but I'm setting different value in different buttons. If you see here on the on this particular right block, I use the same variable which I set in on these buttons. So whenever I'm clicking on the button, it sets the value, but I'm showing that value in this particular label. So that's how I'm getting all the variables. Great. The last piece is timer. Timer is one of the very commonly used control. You see, I just did like a small animation here. Nothing. I kept a couple of pictures which are GIF images. A running horse and a cloud, raining cloud. Okay, and as this is based on the timer. So if we see that the timer control, how do I get the timer control onto the screen is, if you go to input, and if you go all the way, you will find the timer control. When you place it here, you will get a different different way, but you can change the properties to make it look like this, or any way, any different way you want. You can make any changes. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, and I kept a couple of images. One is a horse image I downloaded from internet, a GIF image, and also another GIF image. GIF images are like animated images, right? So so a raining cloud image as well. I just put together both of them like at the same place. And if I select the horse, if I go to the advanced properties, I wrote a very simple formula. A simple formula here is based on the timer control. So I'm getting here, if you see here, getting the timer control, and the 32 is the location of the particular image. I'm dividing it by 10 and minus some 1366. That's the width of the screen. So I just put some numbers around so that like this is a X value. So if you know, like in school, you learn about X and Y coordinates. So X is a horizontal axis and Y is a vertical axis, right? So I'm setting this value, the timer values in the X. So what happens is the timer value gets changing because it's a timer, right? It's that keep on going like with the time. So as it changes, the value in the X also gets changed. As the X value gets changed, the location of the image also changes. So that's why like I'm creating an effect of moving the image from left side to the right side. You can do a lot of animations. Okay, so I'm using timer not for doing animations in my puzzle, but I showed you how I'm showing the timer in the puzzle. So if I the puzzle here, the timer, that's why I explained you about the the timer control. Okay, but you can do a lot of things with the timer. This is all about all the building blocks of my number puzzle. And also now we will see how we can develop this number puzzle in a step-by-step. All we need is 6 different steps. In 6 different steps, I'll be able to create, we can create the number puzzle. First thing, add 9 numbers to the gallery. The first 9 numbers. We are building a 3x3 puzzle. So we are adding 9 numbers to the gallery. And second one is fill the background of the numbers so that they look like some tiles. And the next one is hide the number 9. Even though we are generating 9 numbers, we want to keep one of the cell is empty. We'll explain you how it looks like. And I'm adding index values. I'll show you, I'll explain why I'm adding index values. And then whenever I'm clicking on a button, the number should go to the empty spot and empty spot should come to the number place. So we are swapping the numbers and handling some unreasonable moves. I'll explain you that as well. And every time I'm clicking on a button, I need to check whether the puzzle is complete or not. So those are all the 6 steps. So let's check all these 6 steps in action. Okay, so yeah. So here, if you see here, these are previously we used some of these functions. So that's why like I previously explained. So I want to get 9 numbers. So I enter 9 and I'll clear the collection first and I generate the collection. So I get all the 9 by using sequence function. Now I want to shuffle these 9 numbers. So I will use shuffle. So I will use shuffle of sequence of 9. So I get all the numbers. And then we don't need all of this, but we will get first 9 numbers. So I will get 9 numbers, the same 9 numbers here. So next, we will go to the next screen. So here are all the 9 numbers which were generated in the previous screen. I'm adding it to the gallery. Okay, let's see how I add it to the gallery. So if you see here, this is a simple gallery control. This is a simple gallery control. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, this is, I did not really change the name of these controls because this is a demo, but we highly recommend to name every single control on the app so that when somebody opens your app to fix something or review something, they should be able to understand your app. So you need to name. Nobody will understand what is gallery 3 _1. So you need to properly name every control in the app, even for you to understand. But the good thing is whenever you select a particular control in the left navigation, it automatically gets selected. That's really a good benefit for the developers, whoever is creating these apps. So in the gallery, if you see, I'm getting all the collection from my previous screen. And in the gallery, if you see, there is a label which on which I'm just putting the value from that particular collection. So I got the number in the galleries. Now I want to, as a second step, I'm filling the background. How am I filling the background? So if you select the number, there is a fill property on the. If you select, this is also gallery, but you cannot select any other element in the gallery. you can always select the very first one, because in the gallery you will place only one element, you set the properties of that, and rest of the elements will be generated automatically, because the gallery takes the collection as input. Okay, so if you see it, if you see this one, I have a fill property. This is a RGB color, but you don't need to worry. You can also go to the properties and you can see the colors here. This one, and also color. This is a fill color. Okay, you can select any color. You can change the colors. Okay, that's how I'm filling the color. Now I need to, the second thing is this is a number puzzle. I need to hide the number 9 to make an empty spot, right? So that the other numbers can move to that spot and we can make another space available. So let's click on here, and I need to populate this gallery here. Click on populate gallery. Now, if you see, observe this particular gallery, we got all the 8 numbers here, but the number 9 is missing. How am I making that number disappear or missing? Okay, all we need is very simple logic here is select the particular number, even though the number is not there. Actually, the number is there, but it is not visible on the screen. So we are hiding that particular number. Okay, so to hide the number, just select not that particular number, but in the gallery you need to select the first element in the gallery and go to advanced property. You don't need to go to we need to go to advanced property because we are going to write a simple formula there. So in the advanced property, search for the property called visible. Okay, so I still in the gallery. I need to select the element, not the gallery. Yeah, the button. Okay, you shouldn't be selecting gallery and playing with the visible property. We should be selecting the element or the button inside the gallery. So here we need to go into the visible property. If you see, if the value is not equal to 9, then show it. That's the only function or formula I kept in the particular buttons property. In the visible property, I just kept that if it is not equal to 9, then show it. So the first element is 9, that's why it is not showing us, but rest of the elements are showing up. So that's how I'm hiding the number 9. But the number is still there. Remember that. Okay, the next one is add index values. For this is a game, right? We need to know which number exists in which location. So the number 1 is here, number 8 is here, number 5 is there. But I need to identify this particular location with a unique way. So that's why, like, I'm adding index to this particular gallery. So index is nothing but some unique values which will stay as constant. So if you see, this is a 3x3 puzzle. So I'm putting like, okay, this is the first location, this is a second location, this is third location. These when I click on the button, the numbers may change the places, but the index will not change. Okay, so I need to know when I click on 2, okay, this number 2 is in location number 2. It should move to number 1 because number 1 is empty. I need to define that logic, right? And if you see the number 1, when I click on it, it should go to this number is in location 4. When I click on it, it should go to number 1 because number 1 is the only place where I have an empty spot. Okay, and also that's how, like, I added index. So to add index, it's a little complex logic, but I'll show you that piece. When I select it on this is also a button, that's where, like, on select property, you can see some logic there. But here I did not explain about for all loop, but there is another function called for all. So in the collection, In the previous collection, I'm actually looping through every number and I'm adding an index to the particular number. So this is a little complex, but for now, we will skip this, but this is how I'm adding the index number. Okay, next one is swapping the numbers and handling unreasonable moves. So how am I swapping the numbers? So let's see this. So when I click on number 1, it is moving from the location 4 to location 1. Whenever I'm clicking on 8, it is moving to 4 and making empty spot in 5. So can I click on 1 and will it move to 5? Let's see that. It is not moving here because I handled the logic. It should not move. But if I click in this particular gallery, let's click on 1. It is moved. It is not supposed to move, right? Diagonally, it should not move. Only the spots which are available on the horizontal or vertical, only the number should move. So this is an exceptional case. I mean, unreasonable move. So we need to control those moves. So, for example, if you see, can I move 7 to 4? If I allow them like that, then everybody can solve the puzzle easily, right? So I should restrict whenever somebody clicks on 4, that 4 should not move to the empty spot. So when I click on it, here in this gallery, it moves. But if I click on 1 here, it will not move to 9. 2, 4, 3, 7, they will not move because they are not adjacent to this empty spot. Even 8 will not move. I need to restrict the locations. Only 6 and 5 can move. Okay, only 6 can move now. I mean, 5, only 8 can move. Like the only the spots next around that particular spot can move. So how am I restricting that? This is where we need the indexes. Indexes are going to be useful. So let's see the logic, how I'm doing it. Okay, so I selected the button, the very first button here, and let's see the logic. You can see a lot of, very big logic, but it's actually, we need to break it down. Okay, so what I'm doing is, again, remember the empty spot is not real empty. There is a number 9 there, but we are just hiding it. Okay, so first time what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the index of the number 9. Okay, I'm looking into my collection and getting the index of that particular number 9, and then I am defining, so I know the number 9's location. Now I'm trying to define the exception steps. So I'm actually defining I'm calculating actually the index difference. Index difference is what is my current values, means the button on which I clicked, the index value of that particular value, and the var9's index, 9 numbers index. I'm finding the difference between them. And if that difference is -1, -3, 1, 3, these are little hard coded, but I'll explain you a little bit easily here. For example, here, when I click on a button 2 here, it should move only 2 here, right? So if you see, the index of 9 is 5 and the index of this number is 2, right? 5 minus 2, which is 3. So this is good. So it can move down. But if I take this particular number 7, it should not move here. So the index of 9 is 5. The index of 7 is 3. So if you take the difference of this is -2. So I'm not allowing the number to swap between these two spots if the difference is something which I defined in this particular logic. Okay, that's how I'm restricting the moves, unreasonable moves. But swapping is pretty easy. How am I swapping is, this is the logic. So when you want to swap two numbers, you need to basically assign some other number to you need to take the first number, put it in some other place, and then take the second number, put it into the first one, and the number from the third spot to the second spot. So that's how, like, I'm using a third variable. I'm keeping a in the place of 99, a hard-coded value, I'm putting that in the number 9. And then I'm putting I'm changing the 9 number with actual value, and then I'm reversing the actual value. So that's how I'm actually swapping the values. So how do the last step is, how do we know this puzzle is complete? How do I know like all these numbers are arranged successfully? So to do that, what I'm doing is, we need to get all the numbers in the gallery. Okay, we need to get what is the value here, what is the value here, what is the value. We just need to get all the numbers in this gallery. So to get that, let me see. Did I click on? Okay, the button. Okay, so the success logic is written here. If you see here, the puzzle success, I'm actually creating a collection, clearing it now. From the gallery, I'm getting all the values and placing all those numbers, only the values, adding that to the collection. And once I add all the numbers to the collection, I'm converting that whole collection into a string, and then comparing that with the string 1 to 9. If the string is like, if it is matching, I'm just setting the value of a variable to true. If it is not true, then it is false. Okay, if it is not matching, then it is false. So we can do same things in different ways, but because this is just a game development, so I did not optimize this, but we can definitely make it more performance oriented, more optimized way to do it. But this is how I wanted to finish it faster, so I use these functions. We can definitely improve this. So to check the success, all we are doing is converting all the numbers in the gallery into a single string and comparing with a standard string value here. If it is successful, then it returns true. And then finally here, well, let's try to solve this one. Then we'll see how the successful value will show up. Okay, and I need to bring 4. Okay, I think it's gonna take some time, but what I'm doing here is, there is an image here. I will show you that visible image. Right now it is set to the variable, but we can set to true. So whenever the puzzle is successful, I just placed another GIF image saying I finished it. So I'm showing that image right here. Okay, that's how I built the number puzzle. And here you can play different challenge levels, different types of games. This is one of the game, like when I was kid, in my village, I was getting it from a shop and play. So I thought this helped me to learn about some of the power effects functions in the beginning of my Power Apps learning. So whenever you want to learn something, always building games or some fun things will always help you to make it more interactive and more helpful. Otherwise, if you try to build some serious applications, then you may lose interest in that. So I always enjoy creating some fun things by using Power Apps. So I hope you all like this. Any questions? Okay, so that's all I have. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Or yeah.
Thank you, Krishna, for your session. It was a great session, very interesting. Thank you for your time and for your support. Okay.
Yep. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Have a nice weekend.
You too.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.